Hey. What's up, y'all? Y'all know who it is. I'm actually at the table, and I just got done reading some Dear Abby. So I wanted to share this with you guys because I read one of them, and I don't feel that Abby answered the question with enough information. So this one is, and I'm in the middle of eating breakfast. But let me show you guys the title. Okay, so you guys kind of already know what it's about. Transgender woman, not sure where to find dates. I need a drink of coffee. And my phone's holding, my coffee's holding the phone up. It says, that's why my tongue is burnt. Drink hot coffee. Okay, anywho. I am a 30-year-old transgender woman who has just started her journey, feeling more comfortable in my skin. I have been going to some local hangouts with some friends from work and meeting straight men. My question is, when is it appropriate to disclose that I am a pre-operative trans woman? I have tried online dating on trans-friendly websites as well as visited the local transgender bar, but those men tend only to be looking for sex. I am looking for more than that. I would love your advice on that matter. Abby says, for your safety, it is important that you disclose your status. Let me start this over. I'm sorry. It says, for your safety, it is important that you disclose your status early before there is any sex involved. If you don't, the straight men could react violently and possibly put you in danger. At this point, it would be a good idea to contact PFLAG, which stands for Parents, Families, and Friends of Lesbians and Gays, because it can put you in touch with resources to help you through your journey. The largest increase in new individuals reaching out to PFLAG is now among people with trans issues, and this includes both trans individuals and families and their family members. It is critically important to seek out a culturally competent therapist to help you with specific issues. To find referrals and local chapter, visit pflag.org. Now, just take that in, okay? First thing, off the top of my head, I cannot acknowledge anyone that I know personally that is a transgender. But I like to say that I have a sister here on YT, and I'm not going to put any names because I'm not sure if my opinion is the right way to go about things. Anyways, okay, so from what my sister here on YouTube says, oh, no, first I'm going to go from my opinion. First off, sweetie, you're going on trans-friendly websites and local transgender bars. I am not a transgender, but even I know if I go to the bar or if I go online, 9 times out of 10 to find a date, they're thinking about sex. That's just men, period. You go to a bar, you go to a club, you go online, 9 times out of 10, they're looking for sex. It's not just oh, because they're transgender sites or it's a transgender bar. When you do that, period, point blank, it doesn't matter if you're straight, gay, lesbian, transgender, they're looking for sex. My number one advice for that is don't look for men in a bar and don't look for men online. Okay? That's my first one. Second one is, when is it appropriate to disclose that I am preoperative trans woman? Now, from what my sister says, it's very hard to just pop the question or just spit it out there. And it kind of makes you more of on the defense because you don't know how they're going to take it. I'm a bubble. Depending on how your personality is, you can bring it out, bring it out in different ways. I would say definitely what Abby says, because men these days, it's bad news. On the news, it's always people mistreating transgender women or transgender men. Well, actually, you don't see that part, but the transgender women, you see that men do mistreat them often, and sometimes it ends up to death. So first things first, let's get our ducks in a row. I don't know how you say it, but it needs to be said. Okay, just like me, I don't care what a guy says, and they sometimes take it the wrong take it the wrong way, but if a guy looks at me or if a guy even says hi, I say I'm married. They didn't ask, but that's something that they need to know. So I just throw it out there. And either they say, oh, well, I wasn't trying to talk to you, or, so I don't care. I'm married too, but it has to be out there because it just has to be out there. Okay, so, yeah. I don't know how you do it. And I'm defensive too, because I really don't see a reason why I should be talking to another male that I don't know just because when I have my husband to talk to. So I'm normally on the defensive mode, like, I don't care, even if they don't even say anything to me, but they look at me, then I'll be like, I'm married, and keep it pushing, or just flash up the hand and keep pushing, like, give an ugly face, or, But that's my opinion. And then this is what I'm getting from my sister on YT, that the PFLAG, lesbians and gays, supposedly they don't support transgenders as much as they support the lesbians and gays. It's like lesbians and gays are in a whole nother chapter or in a whole nother book than transgenders. So that, it probably would not help. You would have to find confidence in the person that's always been your friend before you started, and after, before you started changing your body to how you felt. You would have to go to that person and, tell them your worries and stuff like that, because truthfully, my change in my life being from a single, wild, just all over the place female from married, settled, and with kids. I don't really have any friends from then to now. So if you still have your friend, at least just one from before you were before you started changing on the outside of what you felt on the inside. Whoever was your friend then and is your friend still now, those are the people that I would definitely hold on to and talk to about, whatever's going on, because PFLAG is not strictly for lesbians and gays, but from what I heard, they really don't hold down the transgenders like them. And what else did she say? Yeah, okay, and that was it. So I drawn that out for 11 minutes, one subject. But, Abby didn't mention all men try to have sex. All men in a bar. That's like, come on now. You're better off finding a guy in the grocery store, with kids or something. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. We're moving on to the second one. It says, Dear Abby, my husband is in Afghanistan for a year. And when he returns, I want to ask him to get tested for STDs before we have sex. I do not have any specific reasons to think he would be having sex with someone while deployed, but let's face it, he's a man, and a year is a long time to abstain when there are females present. I have seen text messages from his buddies that read, what happens on deployment stays on deployment, regarding them cheating on their spouses. How do I approach the subject in the most effective way? I know that when I do, he will be mad, but it's not the first time that STDs have been a problem in our relationship. Help. One would think that a man who loves his wife would want to be absolutely positive that he wouldn't give her a sexual transmitted infection. However, because your husband has given you one before, it is perfectly logical that you tell him it is the reason you want him to be tested before resuming your marital relationship. Now, on that matter, I don't know what to say. Because I don't want to bust any balls. And, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to bust any balls. And Abby said it. Well, I'm just going to say a little bit because what I try to do, never mind. Okay. Anywho, next one. It says, I'm a single 32-year-old who lives across the country from my family. I have 2 sets of grandparents who both send me birthday and holiday cards containing checks. The problem is I earn close to 6 figures, which is far more than my grandparents' income in retirement, and I have only myself to support. I typically shred their checks when I receive them. Should I continue to do this, or should I tell them that as much as I appreciate the sentiment, a simple card would be fine? Abby says, when a check isn't cashed, it's obvious to the check writer, and it can cause problems in balancing the person's checkbook. Excuse me. I think your solution to tell them you no longer need the check is a good one. And I definitely agree with Abby, because when I write checks or when I pay a bill and it doesn't come directly out, oh gosh, my whole mind is thrown off, because every time I spend something, I check my account literally like 5-6 times a day. You know, since they've made it accessible on your application. I have a Chase application, so I can check my my bank account like in 2 seconds. I can transfer money in 5 seconds. So yeah, definitely and then you know what, when I don't get, if it's a whole day and I don't get charged, if it doesn't come out of my account, I will call that person or the store and ask, hey, I purchased this, you guys have not sent it through, it's still in my bank account, what's going on? So yeah, I'm very anal about that kind of stuff. Because I like to know what's in my bank. I like to know what I can spend, what doesn't need to be spent, and everything. So that's almost 20 minutes on a Dear Abby that only had 3 letters. I guess I'll let you guys go. If anyone wants to hear horoscopes, let me know, and I will do that today. Today is Friday. All right. And as you guys can see, I did a video earlier with my Mary Kay inspired face of the day, look of the day, whatever you want to call it. And as you guys can see, I just chomped down my whole burrito, been drinking coffee, and I still have gloss on my lips. So that just goes to show you. Look at that. Alright, ladies. You guys have a good day. And if I offended anyone, I don't want to offend anyone. I'm not trying to offend anyone. These are only my opinions. And I'm sorry if I did offend anybody, but I don't think I did. But just in case, I'm a child of God. I will say it if I have to. I'm sorry. But really, I was just telling the truth, my opinion. Okay? Thank you for watching. And if you guys like this video, please thumbs up, leave a comment, you know, subscribe if this is your first time watching. And y'all know my voice is normally louder, but my lady is taking a nap right over there, and I don't want to wake her up. Uh-oh, I almost dropped the phone. So yeah, you guys have a good day. Adios.